happening today. Indian River firefighters say their health is at risk every time they go to work. Standing room only right now inside County Commission chambers in Vero Beach. Firefighters say mold in their firehouses are making them sick. 9 firefighters have tested positive for exposure to toxic mold. County leaders say they need more proof because it's due directly to those firehouses. But the firefighters, they want the county to pay to clean up the conditions.
We need to get the buildings tested. We need to find out what it is in the buildings, and we need to mitigate that hazard.
The firefighters, as you can see, rallied around a black fire truck before heading into this meeting. County commissioners expected to make a decision later this afternoon about the mold and other firefighter contract concerns.
Mold started making firefighters sick at Maumelle Station 2. It closed down for a month. Well, tonight it's partially back open, but the mold is still there. Good evening, everyone. Glad you're with us tonight. I'm Donna Terrell.
I'm Kevin Kelly. The problem hasn't been taken care of, but they have come up with a temporary solution. Our Haley Brooks has been following this developing story.
And of course, Haley, we want to know, is there a solution and what that might be?
Well, there's a temporary solution. So right now there's a big camper in one of the parking spots meant for a ladder truck. This is, of course, being used as the dorm, bathroom, and kitchen. The part of the building where the mold was found is still closed off.
Okay, well, come on in.
This camper is the new temporary home for firefighters at Station 2.
Just a little kitchen and then bedroom in the back. It's
a temporary fix, and firefighter Ryan Koch says it's better than getting sick from mold.
It's not ideal, but it's necessary. It's working now, and it'll work until they get the problem addressed.
Right now, the RV is parked where a ladder truck should be, with a full living room set up in the engine bay.
It's where the trucks live, and now it's where the people and the trucks live.
Division Chief Michael Cossey says it all started when people started having severe allergies. At first, it didn't add up until they found the mold.
We closed this fire station, and it was completely shut down for 26 days, and we had to move all of our apparatus and people to the other fire station.
Which led to the camper solution, which was not only safer for staff, but also for the community.
Our response time more than doubled to some parts of the city because this fire station was closed.
It was crucial to get back here as soon as possible.
Currently, the station is working to fix the mold problem and also trying to find where it's coming from.
That process is at least ongoing. So we're looking for that to wrap up pretty soon.
Until then, firefighters at Station 2 will continue to camp out. Right now, there is no timeline for when the station will be fully fixed. The chief says they're waiting for bids to find out how much it will cost to get rid of the mold. Back to
The Local 10 investigating why in the world a brand new firehouse in Fort Lauderdale has been sitting empty for months.
It turns out that brand new building was full of mold. Local 10 Hatzel Vela is live with what else he's learned. Hatzel.
Louis Christie, you said it. It was mold that drove firefighters out of this firehouse years later, and the building remains vacant.
Fort Lauderdale's Fire Station 54 was completed in September of 2018 at a price tag of $5.9 million. Firefighters moved in months later in February of 2019, but then something happened.
I got hold of the fire department and they told me there was mold in the building.
Rob Freeman lives in condos nearby, says he cannot believe this is still an ongoing issue.
Fire Station 54 HVAC systems has been having issues for a few years now.
That's Alan Dodd, the city's public works director, who in November updated the commission. Soon after the building opened, he says they started having issues with condensation, which led to mold. So in December of 2021, the city relocated staff to a nearby temporary fire station after determining the entire AC system had to be replaced at a cost of $900,000.
This really is very concerning.
The mayor weighing in on the whole thing, calling it a significant cost to the taxpayer.
The substantial completion was in September of 2018, and now you're looking at maybe getting back into it 5 years later. That is horrific.
Freeman not so concerned about service, but about the lingering cost.
Give me what I'm paying for. Don't hose me and tell me the fire station will be fine, because it's not going to be fine until they go, and they probably end up tearing the damn thing down before it's over.
And so we know a company out of Sunrise has the bid to do the work that is expected to take place in the coming months, supposed to be done in late May. Of course, all of that if it stays on schedule. For now, reporting live from Fort Lauderdale, I'm Hatzavala, Local 10 News.
Now to a report you'll only see right here on WHAS 11 News. Jeffersontown firefighters falling ill after being exposed to mold while on the job inside the firehouse. Internal memos describe living conditions so poor they had to remove all employees from the building and relocate them to other fire stations in J-Town. At Fire Station 3 in Jeffersontown, the doors are locked. A building typically staffed 24/7, empty. According to an internal memo, all personnel were relocated to the other J-Town fire stations 2 weeks ago after staff started reporting headaches, sneezing, and runny noses at Fire Station 3. An inspection report from July shared with WHAS 11 details mold spores discovered in 2 bedrooms, the hallway, kitchen, and the lounge. The same report recommends demolition and construction barriers to isolate the mold-infected areas while work is underway. These photos from inside the fire station show the barriers installed, plastic tarps, and painter's tape. The firefighters say their symptoms worsened when a contractor opened the walls to begin mold abatement. That was at the end of August. Now, all firefighters are working out of Fire Station 1 and Fire Station 2. Leaving the constituents of Fire Station 3 with longer response times. And despite multiple attempts to contact the fire chief there, Sean Driesbach, our calls and emails have gone unanswered. The city acknowledged our request today, but they did not provide any comment.
We now want to get you to a community concern back here at home. Families living in a Missouri City neighborhood, one of their fire stations is now closed. The fire chief moved everyone out of the building after mold was detected. Channel 2 Sophia Beausoleil is live outside Fire Station 4, which is located on Siena Parkway and Trammell Fresno Road. Sophia.
Keith, this is a note that you'll find on all the doors at Fire Station 4, letting people know that they are temporarily closed for maintenance, that maintenance being mold. And the fire chief told us that his firefighter safety, that's number one. And also, number one, the public too. And he says that this move is not impacting response times.
Son buenos vecinos. Y yo me siento tranquila.
Claudia Garza says she feels safe knowing Missouri City Fire Station number 4 is right across the street from her home, but you won't find anyone inside.
October, we were notified that we had some mold.
Missouri City Fire Chief Eugene Campbell Jr. says maintenance crews found mold inside the 20-year-old building.
Our firefighter safety comes first. If we're not responding to a call, then we need to make sure that our firefighters' health and wellness is done, is forefront.
The chief says he immediately moved firefighters, their equipment, and trucks to Missouri City Fire Station number 5, which is about 3.5 miles away. As for response times, he says even with a temporary move, they're still arriving to calls in 8 minutes and 30 seconds.
We are constantly vigilant about response times. We're constantly moving crews that we need to based upon the call volume.
And the chief tells us that the remediation project should be finished by the end of the month. Go to our website, clicktohouston.com. We have more information about this fire station. Reporting live from Missouri City, Sophia Beausoleil, KPRC, Channel 2 News.
Mold inside of a fire station is forcing some Dearborn firefighters to have to sleep in their trucks. Local 4's Sean Lake joins us now live from outside of the firehouse in Melvindale, where, Sean, I understand firefighters are not even allowed inside?
That's exactly right. And we can show you the whole story right here. Fire station number 5 here on Oakwood. We just got the test results in from black mold testing from the person doing the testing. There are elevated levels of mold in the walls in there. It's going to be 2 or 3 days to remediate that mold. That means firefighters are not allowed inside their own station house, and a controversial decision has been made that the firefighters stay inside their running trucks and wait for calls, and that decision is not going over well with the men and women with Dearborn Fire.
According to the firefighters this morning when I talked to them, they did not sleep at all night long.
Dearborn firefighters working out of Melvindale Station number 5 are not happy at this noon hour, and they are not comfortable by any means. Their station house is shut down. A cleanup crew is inside. Photos show you that there is testing ongoing for what is suspected to be black mold. The station has been deemed unsafe for firefighters. But the decision from the Dearborn Fire Chief, Union Leader Jeffrey Lentz, says is also unsafe for those same firefighters. The on-duty crew was ordered to sit in trucks outside the Melvindale Community Building and wait all night from 4 in the afternoon yesterday to 8 this morning. And now a new crew also has to wait in those trucks all day for emergency calls. The truck is essentially their station house. Lentz says the overnight crew got no rest whatsoever. He says that is not safe for anyone, the crews or the people calling the fire department for help.
At the same time, we should be rested and able to perform those duties, and we should not be forced to be staying up for an entire 24-hour shift and then expected to be able to make life and death decisions at a split second.
Back here live in Melvindale, this rig you're looking at here still running. Essentially, this is the firehouse now for 5 firefighters, also a medic crew that is on duty because station house number 5, elevated levels of mold. Those results are just into local 4, and the person doing the remediation says about 2 days, maybe 3 days to get this place cleaned up and back safe for those firefighters. But will the city or will the department and the union come to some kind of agreement, Everard, about these guys being in the trucks full time like this? Uncomfortable, even bathroom breaks are a challenge. Back to you.
Well, they're dealing with a lot there. Sean, thank you for the update. We hope that that whole situation gets figured out soon.
New from Jefferson Parish, mold is a major concern at one Kenner Fire Station. Chief Terrence Morris said members of Station 39 on Vintage Drive mentioned that they were worried about mold, and after running tests on all the stations, every building has mold. However, he says Station 39 has above normal levels, which could cause respiratory problems. Chief Morris said no one has gotten sick so far, but they have moved every firefighter to Station 37th on 40th Street just as a precaution.